So I'm finishing up the second CC, second 60 mils removing. And just to remind you here, because we're just withdrawing a sterile lipid emulsion, there's no need now for or certainly should not be a filter on this step while we remove the lipid emulsion. So now I've removed 2 cc's, 60 mils, 120 mils total, and now I need to add this to our Baxter bottle. The Baxter bottle has about 4 mils of water in there. That's a product of their sterilization technique. That is no problem, and certainly make no attempts to remove the water that is in there. Here, again, sterile wipe, or a alcohol wipe, to the rubber stopper of the Baxter bottle, and now sequentially adding, or just inserting and allowing the vacuum to draw in the lipid emulsion. Very exciting. Now the second. Now at the end of this, there'll be a total of 120 mils of lipocin added to the residual water in the Baxter bottle. Following this, we will be now returning to our cholesterol bottle, which is cooled to room temperature, and we will prepare to introduce that into the lipid emulsion. So now there's a total of 120 mils of lipocin added to the bottle. So now we return. I have another bottle that is now at room temperature that I've solubilized the 200 mg of cholesterol in, ethanol. The next step is then to now transfer this. To prepare to transfer, if we follow the SOP, we are going to withdraw again to a new 20 ml syringe the now solubilized cholesterol ethanol mixture. We will do this with a 21 gauge needle and draw the entire solution of ethanol into our needle. Again, aseptic technique. We'll wipe down the top, and now inverting and withdrawing the total volume of ethanol and cholesterol mixture from bottle. Once we have it completely removed, we will now attach to the needle in preparation for the addition, in this order, sterile filter, again the Milex FG filter. Now to that we will attach the B-Braun extension set. The purpose of this is to facilitate the mixing step. And to the extension set, we will attach now a 25 gauge needle, not a 21 gauge needle. So a narrower bore needle is now attached to the end of the extension set. How the connections are made: we have our cholesterol ethanol mixture in our 20 cc syringe, followed by a filter with the extension set and a 25 gauge needle. Now is the step of mixing the ethanol solution into the ethanol mix, or into the lipid emulsion. To do that, we will invert the bottle. We can place this on the bench top in the hood. We will remove the needle shield first again. Sterile swab to the invert the bottle. Potentially remove the shield. And now immediately upon inserting the needle in, we will shake the bottle and allow the vacuum to draw in the solution. As you can see, I'm not depressing the plunger.
Yeah.
Instead, the vacuum is drawing in the solution. This process generally takes about 45 seconds for the ethanol mixture to be drawn in. Again, the 25 gauge needle controlling that flow. You can see vigorous shaking at maybe 3 shakes per second. Getting close to completion of drawing in the ethanol mixture. So now, some 45 seconds it's taken. Once the ethanol mixture is completely drawn into the solution, you can remove the needle and continue shaking now for 1 minute. Stop.
And then we're done.
Yep.
Okay.
After 1 minute, bottle sits at the bench top, not refrigerated. Overnight before infusion following day. It can sit up to 30 hours, so it should be made the day prior to infusion, sit overnight on the bench at room temperature until infusion on the following day.